Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Maria and today's tutorial is going to be a deviation from what my plan was. As you can see, I'm a little bit scraped up here. Now this is looking absolutely amazing compared to what I did look like. About a week and some ago, I was skiing and I collided with someone, went flying through the air. First thing that I landed on was my head. So I landed on my forehead and then scraped all the skin off my nose. And this is the only thing that is left to show that even something happened. So I'm fairly amazed and very thankful. I ended up with swollen brown under my eyes. My forehead was all lumpy and bumpy and scratched up, huge scab on my nose. But yeah, praise God, I walked away without needing crutches, no broken bones, no nothing. I did end up with a concussion and whiplash, but I am doing much better. After that accident, the very next day, it was my son's birthday party, and it was at an event place, or like one of those places that you go to for your kids' parties. So it wasn't something that I wanted to cancel. So I looked really rough and I still thought, well, I wanted to look as fresh as possible. My skin looked dull, I was swollen, I was puffy in the eyes. I actually looked a bit like a Neanderthal because I was so swollen through the nose. My nose was at least as wide here as it was here. So I did my makeup just really lightly and very gently so that I didn't look completely like a disaster. And so I thought I would actually do a tutorial on how to do just a fresh makeup look that's super easy, that you can do, like, let's face it, accidents happen in life. You know, we get in car accidents, there could be, like me, a skiing accident, sport accidents, hockey, all sorts of things where we end up scuffed up once in a while in life. But we don't have to walk around looking completely like a disaster. And regardless of how I feel, regardless of what I've been through, I still want to be look like the best me I can be. So this tutorial is on a simple makeup look that I did feeling fairly not comfortable. So if you're interested, please stay tuned. The other thing I wanted to tell you, I'll show you clips in the end of my Friday, like that was the day of my son's party, the before and after, and then also just a quick clip. I tried to do this video earlier in the week, but because of my concussion, honestly, none of it made sense. Like, it was slightly out there. So, reminder, never film with a concussion. It just doesn't quite work. So anyway, I'll show you the before and after of that one as well at the very end, just so that you can see the difference that a little bit of makeup can make. So anyway, again, thank you for watching. If you are enjoying these videos, please feel free to subscribe. If you have any comments as to what you'd like to see next, please feel free to put those in the comment section as well. I'd love to hear from you, love to get ideas, and I want to be able to create or recreate looks that you guys want to see too. So anyway, let's get started. Okay, so for sake of time, what I did was I primed my face and I put my makeup on. My foundation on. But I just wanted to talk about it quickly. First of all, I used e.l.f. Mineral Primer. Now the reason, like, normally when your face is kind of banged up or you're sore or you're sick or whatever, it's not like you'd normally put primer on. However, I was really quite swollen in places, which made my skin kind of puffy. It was wrinkly. I had lots of scrapes, kind of like just, it wasn't like I was all banged up that terrible in the face, but you know, the snow had really pushed against my skin, so it was a little bit scratchy. So I thought I would put this on just in hopes that it would kind of smooth again the canvas out, so to speak, so that it wouldn't be all yucky. Now, the foundation that I used, I decided to go with my Rimmel Lasting Finish when I did this, because it's not really matte. You don't want to put a matte foundation if your skin is dry or scuffed up somehow, because it'll just really show up. And I just wanted it to look as natural as possible. I just wanted to kind of give myself a little bit of I wanted to mimic health. How about that? Because I wasn't feeling too great. And I applied my foundation with my Fake Beauty blender. It was nice and cool, and my face was so sore that it actually just felt really like, and it's soft, so it almost felt like a little bit of a spa treatment. I'm gonna go in with my concealer, and I'm going to just put it underneath my eyes. I'm gonna bring it up fairly high just to give my face a little bit of a lift. Just like so. And because my forehead was really banged up and swollen, I didn't put any on my forehead. Like, what's the point? And I am still not touching this little scuff on my nose because it's just brand new skin and I don't want to put makeup on it. So I'm just doing a little bit on my nose and then my usual spots. And then of course I went over, in particular, just under my eyes with a bit of powder just to set it. And I didn't even bother with the rest of my face, but just, you want to set that concealer. So I put a little bit of powder on my eyes and again, didn't even touch my forehead. I did contour, and I went in with this little MAC double set that I made, and the first color, this color here, it's a taupey gray. It works again really well for fair skin. It's called Omega. Is it Omega? Yeah, Omega. And then this color is just Shroom by MAC, and it works as a highlighter under your cheek or on your eyes. So I used this just a little bit in my cheek area. So I didn't use a normal primer, but I did go in with my concealer and just put a little bit on my eyes and just kind of tap that on there. The reason why I did this was they were so red and sore looking, and that just cancels out all redness. Then I went in with my Semi-Sweet Chocolate Bar palette and I just grabbed this light color. It's basically the same color as my skin, or pretty close to it. And I just put that all over the lid to even it out. I grabbed a little blending brush and I went back into that Omega by MAC and I just blended that in the crease. And then I took it down a little bit onto the lid, just a tiny bit. Then I just curled my eyelashes and put mascara on. I didn't want to bother with liner or anything like that because the eyes were so sore. Again, this wasn't a full makeup look by any means. It was just simply to make myself look a little bit more presentable. And I used the Telescopic by L'Oreal in Carbon Black. And the reason why I used this one again was because the brush was so tiny and my eyeballs were so swollen. So the other thing that I did for my eyes, in my waterline, my eyes were fairly red. So I used this kind of flesh toned eyeliner. It's by Scandalize again, Rimmel Scandalize is what it's called. And this is a really good liner for lining your waterline if you want to have your eyes look a little more refreshed or more awake. And I also just brought it down a little bit into the like the tear duct area, and then brought it up a little bit. And this was just to cancel out the redness of my poor eyes. So that's all I did. So then I went in and I did my brows. Again, using the Anastasia of Beverly Hills. Anastasia Beverly Hills. Is it Anastasia? Is it Anastasia or Anastasia? I think it's Anastasia, but I feel like if I'm going to say Anastasia, I've got to say it like that. Ha! Anyway, I went in with this and did my brows. Then I went in with the Milani Baked Blush in Luminoso. Here it is. And the reason why I chose this one is obviously it's kind of a natural color, but it also has a bit of luminescence to it. And I just thought that that would help me look a little bit more glowy and awake. Then I went in with the Hard Candy. It's called a baked bronzer, but it's actually, as you can see, way too light to be a bronzer. So it works really good as a luminizer, and it's called Tiki, and it's just got, it's just kind of a goldy color. It's not overly shimmery, but it just has a bit of a glow. And you get Hard Candy at Walmart. I think that that's the only place that you can get it, and it's super affordable. And I didn't want to bring this, I didn't bring it down onto this part of my cheek because I was swollen under here and I didn't want to draw attention to that. So I just put the highlighter kind of on the outer part there. I put it up here. Didn't put anything on the forehead because again, I didn't want to draw attention to it. I did just the tip of my nose. I just think when you do the tip of your nose, it just, I don't know why I do the tip of my nose. I just like the way it looks. So I did the tip of my nose like that, and then I did my Cupid's bow and my chin. And this time I just lined my whole entire lip. And because I was keeping the eye so simple, I went with kind of a darker color. Like as soon as you do this color all over the lip, as you can see, it looks way darker. And then all I did was I went in with my Revlon Super Lustrous Lip Gloss in Supernatural. That was the final result. Now, as you can see, of course you can still see this, and you certainly could see it on Friday, but it basically, instead of it looking like I was a complete and total wreck and looking like I really had gotten beaten up, people noticed a face and then, oh, they saw a scabby nose. They didn't see the swelling necessarily because it was primarily covered up. You weren't seeing unhealthy looking skin that was dull because I just kind of touched it up just a slight bit. So anyway, I hope that this is helpful to you guys. I hope that none of you ever use your face as a snow shovel down a ski hill, because let me tell you, that was painful. So anyway, this is it for today. Hopefully this will be healed up. It's looking amazing. I can't believe it's been just a bit over a week and already I'm doing fantastically better. So yeah, let's roll the crazy clips so that you can see what I did look like when I was first gonna film this. And have a great week, by the way.